Let's look at GJ, then I'll take one pair from you guys. Because these are the two major pairs that I play. I know what's happening to GJ these days. Alright, so let's look at the market briefing for GBP JPY. Let's start from weekly. They say what's happening. So there is not much information on the weekly. Not much information. And we go to daily. From daily, you can see that GJ is just reacting to the flip zone. Nothing more. Just a reaction to the flip zone. Here's the next zone. So if you should you should also expect markets to react to this zone in the future, something like that. Yeah. So let's go. This flip zone. You can see what's happening now. This 4 daily fair value gap. You can see how this pair has been reacting on the 50% of this fair value gap. You can see first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day. This fifth consecutive day reaction on this particular daily fair value gap. So you might get a good move to the upside. Hopefully. Let's just go to the 4 hours. Here we get the regist. So basically 4 hours gave us this structure. We push back to this range, another breakout structure here. So this is efficient move. So we could also decide to run this with our FIB 2. So if you run this with your FIB 2, you also see how beautiful some of these indicators are, because you get to see how the market reacted to exactly. It's pushed up from the golden pocket. If you don't know what's golden pocket, you check my YouTube channel. I talked about FIB 2. I think I talked about FIB 2 there. So this is golden pocket zone. You can see how market dropped with a wick on this golden pocket and pushed up. So it's nice to show you how beautiful these indicators are when you use them right. When you use them right, you see how beautiful they are. So this shows that market has already tapped into the demand area for this particular range. This is a swing low, this is a swing high. So for this particular range, market has already tapped into the demand zone. So it's valid if we should continue going up. It's very valid. There's not much trend line I can find here. So let's look and see. This is the last break to the downside. So we should be expecting to see this pair here. Last break to the downside. No. Well, this is the internal structure we are looking at now. Even from the internal structure, market has pushed up. Market is in the supply zone again. But there's not really much here from GJ. There's not much at all. The only thing I could see is market pushing up from this demand. Breaking this, but these are just internal structures. I'm not seeing much details. If you should work with trend line, okay. The trend line is trying to give us a clear move on 30 minutes trend line. This is a perfect trend line. So maybe we are going to get a break and retest here, since market structure The normal market structure is not giving us much. So we should hope to get a candle close here. Hopefully, if we should get a candle close here, should be expecting to see maybe a demand here. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting to see. We should get a candle close here, then maybe market tries to retest to this particular zone, to this particular demand. And this is not a major move, but that's the only thing we have. There's a low probability. So if market could give us a good confirmation by closing here, maybe giving us an engineer liquidity here, and coming back to this zone, then we'll play because GJ is very bullish. GJ is bullish. Really just it, but GJ, we just it. So we are bullish on the pair, so we should hope to get a good confirmation. This is still following the pattern. The EU, Euro, USD is still following the same pattern. So hopefully you should get a TP here, full TP. Then we see how the market goes. So this is a break. We should get a reversal, a little reversal before we keep on going. Or if you don't get a reversal, that means we keep on going to the if we use trend line. You also see that we might get a little reversal to this trend line, then a push up, we continue. So that is it for this pair. Then BTC, which is the godfather. During yesterday analysis, we looked at BTC and we were expecting BTC to drop within this demand zone and give us a confirmation for either a continuation buy or a sell. So currently BTC is within this box, but it has been consolidating. There's not really much confirmation of BTC of where we are going next because this is just a consolidation on the lower time frame and it doesn't have much weight. Consolidations on the lower time frame doesn't have much weight at all. There's not much weight on BTC. Let's just see how it plays out within this demand zone. Will it break? Will it hold? Will it give us a valid confirmation to continue with the buy? Or will it continue to consolidate? We'll find that tomorrow. So guys, I need one person, just one person. What pair would you want me to look at? Just one person. Can raise your hand. Nobody.
EU, sir.
EU, sir. EU. Well, we've looked at EU now. We're currently buying EU from yesterday's analysis on EU. Did you follow
that
up?
means I missed that.
You can go to the YouTube and watch the yesterday analysis, and you understand why we bought EU. I'm currently running on this buy.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Anastasia, what pair would you want us to look at? Okay.
USDCHF.
Sorry?
USDCHF.
USDCHF. All right. Let's go to that. Remember, the higher time frame picture is very important. So let's look at the market briefing for USDCHF. Quickly. We have so many zones that will likely magnets. price on the weekly. All these weeks you're seeing a magnet of price to see. Not this. There you go. This pair has been in a bearish move for ages now. Very bearish. They happen to start consolidating from here. Break. Was the last major weekly break. To the upside. Yeah. Then we had a pushback within the fair value gap, and also you notice you see how flip zone is playing out perfectly well for some of these pairs. This is fair value. This is a fair value gap, weekly fair value gap. That is a line with the flip zone. The market stops it and pushed up on the weekly. We got another break here. So let's go to daily. No much on daily time frame. This is where it's likely headed to. So after market reacted on this flip zone and fair value gap on weekly, it pushed up massively till we got a break of structure here. After we got that break of structure, what happened? It came back, followed the normal routine, came back, took out this structural liquidity here. This is structural liquidity. This is an order block. It picked this order block and started pushing up for 4 hours. So if you go to 1 hour, you will see the proper buy confirmations and all. This is the internal structure, bullish structure here. So what I'm expecting is to see the market break this particular high. I don't know why it's reversing here. I'm expecting it to break this particular high, then maybe reverse back into the zone. But if it doesn't break the high and it starts dropping, if the dropping is slow and if it's very slow and it's consolidating while doing so, I should be expecting for it to try and react from a demand zone. So the unmitigated demands we have here is basically this. So if it continues dropping, this could act as an inducement zone. I should expect USDCHF to drop a little, consolidate, tap here, then we'll get a push up. So this is the major demand I'm looking for, I'm rooting for. But we also have a demand here. We also have another demand zone here that if you see a confirmation based on how this is moving, if market enters this demand zone, then you come to your 5 minutes and you see a good confirmation on this zone, you could also buy and target this high here. This high will tell us that we are still bullish. But the one I'm rooting for is basically this. This is the one I'm rooting for here. Then this. So, but you should definitely wait for a confirmation, proper confirmation, before you start buying. One of the major things the market trains you to be able to do is to wait. You have to learn how to wait. So even the trend line will base this particular zone. So, but you only play it based on confirmation for USDCHF. You only play it based on confirmation. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in.